and welcome to another installment of the next episode. Yay! Special edition 8,000 subscribers. Hi! I know it's been so long since I've done a next episode, and I'm so excited and so happy to finally get a chance to sit down and talk to you guys. I've just been going on adventures lately, just like another episode here and there. I've been really slow at editing lately and slow at replying to comments. Sometimes it could get overwhelming with all the comments, but I do read them all and I do love them. During the week, I'm just in a routine of going to work, so please forgive me. Please don't take offense to me not replying as quick as I used to. I'm grateful and I'm happy to have you guys as my friends. Thank you so much for getting me to 8,000 subscribers. It's really amazing. I never would have thought. Thank you. Damn, it's been so long, I don't know what to do next. Like, what happens in the next episode? Subscribers. Shout out time. Shout out time. Shout out dance. Shout out dance. Ah, my top just came out. I'm gonna do some shout outs to my subscribers. I go on my YouTube channel and then you go to community and then you go to subscribers and I have a list of all the subscribers. So here we go. Shout out to Peter Luevano, Yvette Ortega, Blackout, Lawrence Grant, James Davis Sr., Sid Hunt, Parul Likar, Sid Hunt, Paige Beaufort, Tanner Leesonberry, Titus Milliken, Serenity Wells, Justin Rusk, Niz L, Mark McGovern, Damon McDade, Sylvia Rangel. I wonder if she's related to Angel Rangel. Shout out to Angel. If you're out there, leave me a comment to let me know you're okay. You know, you always used to comment and now you just disappeared. I never see you anymore. You know who I was thinking about? Jackson. Jackson, leave me a comment. Kind of worried about you too. I haven't seen you in a while. Vashon Cole, Charissa Green, Jihad Branch, Antonio Tavares Aranda, Arturo Acosta, Shelly, Willie Hendricks. Are you related to Jimmy? Hi. Israel Moreno. Fucking old school gamer 83. Dang, said a bad word. Yo dude 91. Toothy Estrada. Dang, I'm sorry, I'm really bad at pronouncing names. It's TUTH''Y. Alexis Martinez. La Nina Linda Esmeralda. Thanks, girl, for your comment. I saw it in the comment section. Paul James. Sergio Mondragon. Jeffrey Madison. Tanya Ballard. Eric Melendez. Tim Hornet. Valerie Juarez. Delana Fitz. Arturo Borkert. Amanda Luna. And B Fresh Anderson. Thank you so much for that kind comment. Appreciate it. Cameron Wilson. Colin Stanley. June Rodriguez, Kristen Brown Benoit, Matt Molasian, Daniel Espinoza, Brad Cruz, Mapha, Ty, Christian Jousler, Neil Ponchito, Jesse Fanchin, Brody Weisenhunt, Lizzie Elliott, that's tight, it sounds like Missy Elliott, Bryce Antonio, Leandra Torres, Alex Valdez, Fran Tenorio. I saw your comment. I hope you have fun at the Women's Expo in Atlanta. Yay! Sergio Ilha, Bena Bella. Hi. Somi Gutierrez, Ricardo Hernandez Ricky, Alex Romeo Roman, Ariel Rodriguez, Selvin Swami, Akshay Babu, Patel Jr., Tony Silla, Robust, Malvin Rankin, Jack Weiser, Doug Boyce, Zach Brooks, Kevin Juarez, Alex Carranza, Conscience Damask, Conscience, Eddie Sosa, Angelique Lizette, Carlos Zayas, Tyler Lester, Daniel Soto. You know, it's been quite a while since I've had my next episode, so I'm gonna try and squeeze in some more names. The Don is back. Mirjam Ronaldo Santos Aveiro. Dang. Niels Van Cleef. Cruisin' Babe 86. J Fiend 91. Derek Duncan. Maria Alvarez. Ralph Vasquez. Wellington Montero. Nicole Montero. Tight, brother and sister, I think. No? Or it's just coincidence. I don't know. Reload Bravo. Monte Carlo David Lee. Amanda Guitard. Renata Abita. Derek Stone. Mystic J. Ambrose Cartwright. Maricela Ramirez. Shanti Patel. James Andrews. Dennis Bogel. Janice Johnson. Cliff DJ Cerebral. The hell you say? It's a picture of Ernie, I think it is, from Sesame Street. Or is it Bert? I don't know. And then his name is The Hell You Say. Like, what the heck did you say? But it's The Hell You Say. It's funny. Catalina P. Adrian Petrascu. Ito Garcia. J.R. Rambino. Latrice Living for Minds Duran. Antoine Tate. Bryce S.J. Allison Tolentino. Mark. One man, one camera. Shout out to you and your channel. You have great travel videos, and I've been enjoying each one. I've been watching them. Twin Maker 3. Eddie Got Jokes. Love Potion number 9. Melina Sharabati. Miriam. Anthony Landingham. Yay! That was a very long shout out segment. I'm sorry I couldn't say everybody's name all in one. Imagine how long that would take to say all my subscribers' names in one episode. Dang! Thank you guys so much for helping me get to 8,000 subscribers. I'm in awe that you guys are so supportive and so nice. I can't believe the community online and the amount of friends that I've made on YouTube. It just really trips me out. I can't believe it, and it makes me feel really good to think that even in my absence you guys notice sometimes, and it makes me feel like I got real good friends in you guys, so thank you. Disclaimer, I'm using a different camera today. My usual camera is missing, so now the next part of my next episode, I usually tell you guys a couple videos that I've been in and I've made cameos in. And also behind me I have a wall of all the celebrities that I've met along my journey while I was being in music videos. And the reason that I got into music videos was because I love singing. Growing up I was always in talent shows. That was like my main reason I got into music videos, and I'm really thankful for all the cool people that I've met. So with that being said, let's get into some of the music videos. So the first video, Jibbs featuring Lloyd, the dedication / a DJ. Shout out Eric White. This was shot in Hollywood, California at a club, but during the day. I've worked with Jibbs before on King Kong, and that was his hit single. It was so funny because I was in high school during that time. Shout out Jibbs. He's really down to earth. We were around the same age. We are around the same age. This was Jibbs' second single, I believe, and of course it was featuring Lloyd. I believe I worked with Lloyd before on a different video. Lloyd's really cool too. There's a shot of me at the end of the video, like a couple seconds right before the video ends, and it's like a good close-up shot of me, and I'm like dancing with my hands up in the air. It kind of looks like I'm smelling my armpit, but I'm really not. Or maybe I was, you know, never know. In between shots, I kind of hung out with the other girls. They weren't really serving drinks, so in between takes is kind of boring, you know. While we were waiting for Jibbs to get there, because you know the artist is always usually kind of late, you know. But anyways, me and the other girls, we were walking up and down Cahuenga because that's where the club was located on, and they had a tattoo parlor. Me and one of the other girls, we went in there and we were like looking at all the tattoo artists, like his art and all his tattoos that he's done. And then we went down further and there's like it's called 24 Cafe or something, and we went in there and we ate something. I think we got like a cookie or something. I don't remember. I don't know why we would, because they have crafty on set. I don't know. Alright, enough about that video. Next video is, the next one is an artist that's not too well known. They're called Youngest Ones. The song was called She Knows, and it was mainly on World Star Hip Hop. I remember when this video came out on World Star, all my friends called me, or whatever couple friends I had. They called me and they told me, Jessica, are you in this video? And I said, yeah, that was me. That was exciting. The video was shot on the beach here in California at Dockweiler Beach. It's kind of like a gloomy day out, and the beach was empty. Nobody was there, so it was only us. I think there's 3 guys in the group, or a couple guys in the group, and then they had a couple shots of me just sitting on the beach. Check that out. Now, time for my favorite part of my next episode, where I sit down and answer questions that you guys have left down in the comment section. Yay! Question number 1 is from Chris Boone. Congrats on 8K. Why do you get nervous around crowds of people? Was it always like that, Jessica? Yes. Unfortunately, I'm very strange. Whenever I was in school and I had to take a test, I would always get anxiety. And I think it was because of the classroom setting and all the people and people taking a test. It was like really quiet. You could hear like everything, and that just made me insane. My stomach would make noises and I get really embarrassed and then get really nervous in quietness. I think like it breaks my concentration. Even at work, when it's super quiet, I have a little space heater that I turn on just so it generates the noise. I could be like burning out like super hot, but I wouldn't care just because it makes the noise. It makes me feel a lot better. So that, like the noise level, and also being around a big crowd of people, it makes me really nervous. Like for instance on the cruise, they had a safety drill and they had to tell people how to put on like the life jackets just in case an emergency happened, and they put all these people on the ship into that theater that was there, and that made me like made me really sick. Like there's too many people in there, and and then it's quiet because like we're listening to the guy up there, and I was like, I told my dad, I was like, I gotta go, I can't be in here. So I snuck away. I wasn't supposed to, because if something happened I wouldn't know how to put my life jacket on. So I'm glad everything turned out okay. And I'm also claustrophobic. I learned when I was at McDonald's, you know, way back, you know, my younger days. You know those little tubes that they have you run through and stuff with the ball pits and stuff? Yeah, I was in one of those. Right after I had my Happy Meal probably. And I was going through one of those tubes and I saw this kid coming towards me. And I was like, you know, stop. Like, it's only room for one person. And, you know, he didn't care. He just, like, came in too. And so we were both stuck in, like, this little tunnel. We weren't stuck, but we were just in there together. And he, like, passed me by. But that made me really nervous. I thought it was all going to end that day. I thought it was going to be really bad. But I got out of there as soon as I could. And I never have gone back into one of those things again. Whew. Makes me nervous just talking about it. Thanks, Chris, for that question. Yay! If there's any doctors out there, is that a phobia? Like the noise level? And then, of course, claustrophobic, that's a phobia. But then also, like, being around a group of people. That has to be some type of social, like, disorder or something. I don't know. I'm weird. Next question. Here's the comment from, I think, a new subscriber. Her name is Tatiana Reed. Hey, thank you for subscribing and thank you for your comment. Or question. She says, this was awesome. Do you usually go to the Women's Expo? Well, I don't go every year. This is my second time going, or was my second time going. The first year that I went, I did not get to see the public speakers. I have no idea who was even there. Like, I didn't even pay attention to the public speakers. But I did get a free manicure by OPI, and it was awesome. Thought it was too good to be true, but once I got my manicure done, it came out so good. I even bought one of the colors that they had there. They introduced me to this stuff that you drop on your nails after you polish them. It's supposed to make your nail dry super fast, and it did. I recommend that to the ladies out there. Thank you for your question. From Harlem to Compton. He says, hello, I'm glad you had a good time on your cruise, and congrats on the 8K. Can you do me a favor? Can you shout out a friend of mine? His name is Eric. He's recovering from brain surgery, from brain cancer. Of course. A shout out to Eric. I'm really sorry that you had to go through something like this. I hope the surgery was a success. I am glad to hear that he is recovering and he's on his way to better health. Thank you from Harlem to Compton. Next question is from J.R. Spencer. J.R. Spencer says, Jessica, when you do the next episode, you have to tell us what was going through your mind when you was at this Papa's and Beer. I'd be waiting for my answer. Laugh out loud. Well, as you guys saw, it was so crazy at this bar. For those of you who don't know what Papa's and Beer is, it's a bar. Guys who worked there, they were picking up some of the patrons that were there and pouring liquor into them and then picking them up, turning them upside down and shaking them. I'm glad they didn't come up to me because I would have been like, heck no. I would have started kicking and screaming. I had a margarita, a tequila shot, and by the time I got back on the boat, I was pretty tipsy. I didn't get too crazy because my dad and my brothers were there, so I didn't want to cause any drama. It was really funny, actually, an instance that happened while I was there. There was this guy from the ship. He was kind of cute, but he was a little older. He had wanted to talk to me, but my dad was there, so he ended up conversating with like my dad and my brother. His buddy that he was with came up to him and gave him a rose. I knew it was for him to give to me. So I'm kind of like sitting there waiting for him to give me the rose. And then he turns around and gives the rose to my dad. I'm like, what the heck? And then my dad looked at him like, give it to her. What the hell do I want it for? What the hell do I want a rose for? So I'm like, I'll take it. Like, it was just super awkward and funny. He was like, oh my god, I feel so awkward. I'm trying to be polite and respectful. It was a nice gesture. Cool story. But everybody from the ship, you get acquainted with them and you get to know them, and then they were also there at Papa's and Beer, so it was cool hanging out with everybody and partying. It's a great way to meet new people. I would definitely go again. It's definitely a younger crowd, so be advised, it gets crazy. Yeah, here's a question from Super Mr. Monday. He says, wow, Jessica, there's a lot of fun activities to do on that Carnival cruise. I'm sorry you got sick, and are you feeling better now? I'm feeling better. I had a cold, and the thing that sucked about that is I took a couple days off of work because I went on that cruise. And then I got back, I was sick, so I couldn't even take the day off of work for that. I had to go to work with like a fever. I stuck it out. I'm sure they would have let me take the day off if I really complained about it, but you know, I don't want to take advantage. I would love to see a picture of you and Jason when you were younger, both younger. Okay, I'll try and look for one of us. A couple people have actually asked what it was like growing up, me and Jason together, what our relationship was. We've always gotten along, me and Jason. We've never fought. I think we had one fight maybe when we were really young. But other than that, we've kind of like kept to ourselves. He's always been a video gamer. I remember him with his Nintendo 64 console and the cartridges that you had to blow on. I remember him doing that. He had a really small TV. I have no idea how he played video games on that TV. It's so tiny. He probably like strained his eyes out so bad. Me on the other hand, I would always be singing on my karaoke machine. Me and Jason shared a room. So he would be playing video games and I would be singing or listening to music. You know when you wait for your favorite song to come on the radio and then you push record so you can listen to it over and over again? Yeah. I used to do that. Warm-hearted Tommy says, congrats on the AK. Sorry, it's my hood mentality coming out. It says, congrats on the 8K. How was your first time being on the Carnival cruise with your family? First time on the Carnival cruise, it's basically what I expected. It was really crowded. The ship was actually bigger than I thought it would be. A lot of bars. There's a lot of things to do aboard that ship. Of course, my favorite things to do were the sit-down dinner. That had the better food. The entertainment, like that rock show that I went to and the guitar guy, he was really cool. I really enjoyed that. And the Michael Jackson dancing, that was so cool. I didn't get into the pool. Actually, my brother said it was water from the ocean. I would definitely love to go back. Here's a comment from Ariana Sanchez. She says, oh my gosh, Jessica, I finally found you. There are so many questions I want to ask you, but I don't want to annoy you either. I had no idea you had your own channel. You've been making videos for over a year. So if I would have known this, I would have subscribed to you a long time ago. It says, I have a lot of catching up to do with your videos. I hope you will respond to me. If not, I understand. I'm just happy to be a new subscriber of yours. Aww, that comment is so sweet. Thank you so much for this. When I saw it, I was so happy. I'm sorry I had to reply back sooner, or reply. I really appreciate you leaving me that comment. I appreciate anybody that's supportive of me because I feel like growing up, I didn't have the greatest of friends. It means everything to me to have you guys. Love you, and thanks again for helping me reach 8K. Here's a comment from Joshua Lopos. He says, I would love to visit Long Beach one day. Can you give me a birthday shout out? Today I'm turning 30. Happy birthday! I know it's a belated birthday, but you know, you're over the hill now. I would put in my retirement form. Think about where you would want to retire at. I'm just kidding. I heard that 30, well, I don't want to put pressure on you, but I heard that 30 is like the time that your life starts coming together and you start figuring things out. I mean, but if you're not there yet, you know, I guess it's cool too. I know I haven't gotten it together yet, so congratulations on 30 years old. Cheers. Here is a question or a comment from Rafal Kujawa. Hey Rafal, he says, "Hey Jess, American beaches are very nice. Is that why they call it Long Beach? Because of the beaches? Educate me." Laugh out loud. I don't know, I guess. Long Beach. Why do they call it Long Beach? Dang, that's a good question. You know what? I'm gonna have to get back to you on that one. I'm gonna research this a little bit deeper. Here's a comment from Dropping the Bomb on Anybody That Get in My Way. What's up? He says, "Hey Jess, you should have recorded more of that Long Beach Grand Prix." You know what? I just never got around to editing it in time, and I thought that, you know, it's been so long since it's happened. I don't even know if I should edit any of it, but I think I might. Yay! Thanks. Here's a question from Julio Calderon. He says, "I really enjoy your videos. Been to California many times in my semi-truck, usually to business areas. Nice to see your neighborhood. Thanks." Aw, thank you so much. So you only come for work. You should definitely come for leisure. You know, visit Long Beach, the pier, all those places in my Long Beach vlog that I did. Those are great places to hang out. All the bars along Belmont Shore and up and down Pine. That's a cool area. After the storm, hey, he says, "Jess, do you have a particular favorite beach that you love?" I do love the Newport area, like Orange County. Further that way, it seems like the beach gets a little bit nicer, a little bit cleaner. So it's really peaceful out there. Compared to out here, you know, everybody's going to the beach to have fun, volleyball, cookouts and stuff. But out there, you know, it's cool just to, you know, relax and take in the nature and listen to the birds chirp, you know. Here's a comment from Plum413. Hey Plum. She says, or he says, "Did you ever get the P.O. box?" No, I haven't looked into it. I don't know how much it'll cost. I should look into it. Thank you for the suggestion, and I'll keep you updated. Here's a comment from Megan Bushong. She says, "I don't know if you got my reply message, but thank you for caring, Jessica. My mom had heart surgery. She is resting now at the hospital." Megan, I hope your mom is doing better now, and I'm sorry that you had to go through this. If that was me, I would be like so anxious. I would have anxiety. So I'm glad that to hear that she's recovering. I'll keep her in my prayers. Here's a comment from William S. Mooney. "Any good jobs out there, Jess? My sister is thinking about moving to the LBC." What's up, Will? I'm sure she'll find something. There's always something going on out here. People are always hiring, so she'll be fine. Here's a question from Brian Perkins. "Jess, is there a particular race when it comes to dating somebody?" No, I don't discriminate. I like everybody equally. Edward L. says, "You are very special to me, Jessica. You know, I've been a fan of you from day one since you've been on that drinking show. I don't need to name it, but if it wasn't for you, I would have stopped watching that show a long time ago. And now that you're not there anymore, I completely stopped watching and supporting." It warms my heart to hear all the kind words. Thank you. It means a lot to me to hear that you've been supporting me. You know, everybody is special to me, all of you guys. I like to believe that you guys support me because you know that I like to sing. You guys don't want me to give up. I think that you've been supporting me for so long because you genuinely like me, for me, and who I am as a person, and you guys care about my well-being. A lot of people have tried to tell me that I have no personality or that I'm boring, you know, but I have a different type of personality, I think, and I appreciate all of you guys for understanding that and just not judging me too harshly. I love you guys. Here's a comment from Brooklyn McCain. She says, "You are my idol, Jessica. I love you." Aw, I love you too, Brooke. Thank you. Here's a comment from Anthony Castro. He says, "You're into ghost hunting. I didn't know you believed in ghosts. So do I. My friends think I'm whacked out of my mind when I tell them that I watch ghost documentaries. Have you ever seen one before?" I did. You seen a ghost before? No way. I want to know what happened. Tell me. Unfortunately, I haven't seen anything or experienced anything except just orbs and like videos that I've taken. I'm really fascinated by like ghosts and stuff. I would like to do a haunted ghost hunting vlog sometime in the future. Do you know Ghostbusters is coming out soon? I can't wait to watch that movie. Here's a comment from Daryl Wallace. He says, I'm a new subscriber. I've seen you on Tipsy Bartender and it's great to see you stepping out on your own. Great upload, by the way. Can't wait for more. Thank you, Daryl. I appreciate it so much that you were able to find me and subscribe to me and leave me this comment. I just love seeing that you guys care enough to leave me a comment and say hello. It makes me so happy. I kind of feel like you're an old friend and then you come to say hello again. Here's a comment from Candy Pena. She says, I'm a new sub. I'm just happy to watch all your vlogs and singing videos. Thank you for subscribing, helping me get to 8K. Thank you for the support. Here's a comment from They Call Me Mr. Excel. He says, Jess, do you have another favorite NBA or NFL beside Kobe? Favorite player or favorite team? Since Kobe has left, I don't know what I'm gonna do now. I'll probably keep supporting the Lakers. Clippers, they're alright. I don't know. We'll see. But there is a comment from Keith D. He says, Jess, if the Lakers organization had any sense, they would give Kobe a coaching job for the Lakers. And this is coming from a Miami fan, if you can't tell. Tight? That would be awesome if Kobe ended up coaching the Lakers. Dang, that would be epic right there. Favorite NFL team? Raiders. Kind of a ride or die fan. You know, obviously we're not that good at the moment. Here's a question from Jesper Lundberg. He says, Jess, what does your dad think about you and your brother vlogging all the time? I don't know. I never really asked him. I don't think he minds. He's like, whatever, I guess. Doesn't bother him. He watches all of our vlogs. Whenever it comes out, he usually texts me and tells me that he watched my vlog or he watched Jason's vlog. It's kind of a good thing because, you know, he's so far away. He's in San Diego, which is like an hour-and-a-half drive from here. It's just a very long drive that I don't like taking by myself. I usually like going with my mom or my brother. It's a good way for him to see what we're doing during the week because we usually see him on the weekends. Shout out to Dad. Here's a comment from Stretch Bobito. He says, hey Jess, you're almost at 8K. It's my birthday, so can you give me a birthday shout out in your next episode? Happy birthday to you! I'm late on everybody's birthday shout out. I'm sorry, but you know, better late than never, I think. Happy birthday, Stretch Bobito, and I hope you had a good birthday. I hope you went out and did something. Here's a comment from Matt Galati. He says, hey Jess, love your videos. Please give me a shout out on the next episode. I was left out on the last one. Aw, shout out Matthew Galazzi. Sorry I left you out in the last one. Here's a comment from Neil Cabildo. Jessica, haven't seen you in a while. When will you go back to making drinks? Cheers for your channel. I can make drinks. Good idea. Here's a comment from Toya. Hey Toya. She says, Jess, thank you. I didn't think you would do another haul video, but thanks for looking out for us again. No problem. I haven't gone shopping in a while. I've kind of been on a budget. When I do go shopping again, I'll definitely do another video. It's so funny because somebody commented, Brenda Castro. She says, oh my gosh, Jess, didn't you wear that beautiful top on the Rome shopping haul video? Yeah, Brenda, I totally forgot about that I made the haul video and then I wore it that day. That's so funny that you realized. That's cool. It all worked out. You got to see what it looked like on. It's like I was modeling it for you without even knowing. Here's a comment from Antonio Grant. He says, don't you dare give up on your dreams. That would mean you're a quitter and I know you are not. Aw, thank you. I love your guys' encouragement. When I made that video and I talked to you guys about like how, you know, I've just been in a routine of working and stuff, Alex Cruz left me a very long comment. I really just want to say thank you for leaving me that thought out comment. He basically just says that being in a routine is a part of growing up. In order to pay the bills, keep a lifestyle going, you have to work. And I asked my dad, like, why did you work for so long in that same job? Like, don't you get tired of it? He said that he worked because he did it for me and my brother. How can you work for so long at the same job? I suppose if you're getting paid really good money, then it'll be okay, but I commend people who work at the same job for so many years. Here's a comment from Alexandria Muchuka. I think you should do a video about bullying. People, especially younger kids, give this misconception that adults that are good looking with good lives never experience that. Also, I'm literally going through the same thing. I thrive in relationships, whether it be friendships, romance, or just family relationships. And at the moment, my work schedule has become so crazy, and I'm also in school full-time, but I don't even speak to anyone anymore. I have absolutely no social life, and it's killing me, and it's bringing me down, so I know exactly how you feel. Aw, thanks, Alexandria. It's kind of comforting to know that other people go through the same thing that you do, or in my instance, that I do. When I was in high school, I always talk about high school because that's when I was like at my most social. I had so many friends. I would always be like everywhere in the quad. I think I kind of annoyed some people sometimes. I would just hop from one table to another table. And I just kind of make my rounds and go say hi to everybody. Now I'm so quiet. I don't talk to anybody. I don't keep in touch with anybody. It gets you like in a depressed mode. Like me during the week, I'm kind of just like in a weird funk. I don't have energy to do anything. But on the weekends, I'm a little bit better. You know, I got more free time. When I get off of work, I come home and I go straight to bed and I wake up and do it all over again. It just sucks. I'm lucky to have a job. I'm lucky to be employed. So gotta look at the bright side. Silver lining. Oh, and hey, if any of you guys ever see me in public, don't be shy or don't be afraid to say hi. I might look a little standoffish, but this is how I regularly look. I know that looks a little like not that happy, but you know, once you come up to me, I'll be really happy to take a picture with you, or I would vlog with you. Just, you know, I probably would be standing by myself anyways because I don't go out a lot with friends. So if I see one of you guys, one of my friends in public, I would just be so happy and you would make my days. I know Joel told me that he said his sister told him that she saw me. I'm like, why didn't she say hi? No. I understand. I mean, I probably would have done the same thing if I were her because I'm pretty shy and I think that would be awkward if I just ran up to somebody like, hey, you do videos, huh? I don't know. I would feel shy. Man, I was really nervous for this next episode because I felt like I haven't done one in so long and I wanted to make sure that I got all the questions and I want to make sure that I did as many shout-outs as I could. And plus this camera, I'm sorry, I'm not used to this camera. It was kind of annoying me during filming because every time it turns off, it'll turn off by itself because it overheats, and then every time it turns... Since the last time I've done a next episode, we lost a legend, Prince. Now that I'm thinking about it, I wish I would have got my balloons a purple color in dedication to Prince. He is such a legend, and I just wanted to make sure that I said something regarding him. I admired him because he was so different. He was like a trendsetter. His style, his voice. I was at work when I found out the news. I immediately went to TMZ, and there it was. TMZ confirmed that Prince died. Am I crying? I was so sad when I found out. He was really young, so full of life. I remember he did a performance on a recent award show and he was just so goofy, like goofing around on stage. And the funny thing at work is that it hit me so hard I had to like go to the restroom and calm myself down. I was telling everybody that came around, I told them, did you just hear that Prince died? And they would say, oh yeah, that sucks, or that's sad. I'm like, what the hell? Nobody cares as much as I do. Like, it had such an impact on me. I loved all his music. If I had to choose a favorite song, it would be Most Beautiful Girl in the World. I remember I had a single cassette. I would play that one song over and over. They say that he wrote this song for his wife at the time. The most beautiful girl in the world. Would you be? Would you be the most beautiful girl in the world? So beautiful, beautiful. It's plain to see. Plain to see.